Developing tonight, President Obama makes a major announcement in regards to the ongoing water crisis. This morning, the commander-in-chief announced he will make a trip to Flint next week. In a press release earlier today, the White House said the president will be meeting with people in Flint to hear their stories of hardship. He will also meet with city leaders to learn what more the federal government can do to help with the recovery. The White House says he will be in town on Wednesday, May 4th. And the White House also said today that another reason President Obama is coming to Flint is to meet a little girl who wrote to him about the water crisis. And that little girl is joining me right now. This is Mari Copney, along with her mom, Lulu Brazil. So you wrote a letter to President Obama. Tell me why you did and what you wrote in it.
Hi, me and my mom wrote about that when we were going to Washington, D.C. in March before we went to Washington, D.C. We wrote it a night before we went to Washington, D.C. in March, and we just wanted to write it something because when we were going to Washington, D.C.
You wanted to meet him.
You wanted to meet President Obama? Why did you want to meet President Obama?
Because I never met him before and I wanted to see how it felt like to meet him.
Yeah? And Mom, what did you think when you actually received a letter back from the White House?
Well, I got a phone call from the White House first, and I kind of had to ask him, wait, the White House in D.C.? Because it was hard to believe. But we got the letter this morning by email, and then shortly after that, they told us that he wanted to come to Flint, finally.
What do you think about the president finally coming to Flint?
I'm glad he's finally going to be able to see firsthand what people here are going through.
Yeah? And did you write about that in your letter, Mari, what people are going through in Flint?
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to meet President Obama, because he wrote that in his letter that he wants to meet you, what are you going to say to President Obama?
That the Flint water is bad because Rick Steiner and other people poisoned it. And nobody agrees what Rick Steiner did to the water and his people who poisoned the water.
So has it been hard living through this water crisis as a little girl in Flint?
Yeah.
And I need to point out, too, that you're wearing this sash because, tell me about this. Why are you wearing this?
Because I won it at a pageant and I had a beauty, outfit of choice,
yeah? You're little Miss Flint, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, congratulations on getting that letter back from the White House. Can't wait to hear about your meeting President Obama. That's pretty cool stuff. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, you guys. We really appreciate it. And when the president does come to town, make sure you count on TV5 for wall-to-wall coverage. We'll have team coverage of the president's visit to Flint next Wednesday, May 4th.